Good evening, students. This is Art Fisher, your instructor for LAKM 623, Lakota Leadership and Professional Development. I'm trying something a little bit different here tonight, and mostly because we missed our first class. So I'm trying to record the first class session so we can count that as a course makeup or a class makeup. I'm going to begin with what you are viewing here on the screen is the course blog for LAKM 623. And most of you are familiar with the blogs. Those of you who have had me as an instructor know that the majority of my classes are held on blog, but also we meet face-to-face via Pictel or sometimes by Google Hangouts. What you're seeing right now is the blog screen or the welcome page. To get to the blog, you'll need to know the address up above here, and you might want to jot this down and remember it. So here is the address. Here it's http://lakm623.blogspot.com/. So when you put that in your browser, that address, it will take you directly to what you're seeing right here, which is the blog. To begin with, I want to thank you for enrolling in this class and welcome you. And as you see my little image there, it says, "Hey, welcome. We're very glad you're here," and we are very glad that you're here, that you've enrolled in this course and have decided to commit your education experience to Oglala Lakota College and the Graduate Studies Department. Most of you do know me, but I'm going to kind of give you an example of how to use the blog also, rather than giving you a long introduction about myself. If you are to go over here, you'll notice it says About Me. And if you click on the autobiography, you'll learn a little bit about me as your instructor for the course. And you can read that when you get time, okay? So anyway, I'm going to go back from there. And so we want to hit the back button here, which will take us to the home page of the blogger. If you notice in the center here, these are posts. So anytime I want to send a message to you or I post something new, you will receive that if you place your email address in the followed by email block right here. And you can either include your OLC email, or I would suggest that you get a Gmail address also. So by putting those addresses in there and choosing submit, anything that I post will go directly to your emails. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to scroll down because I did put the agenda for the evenings here down below here. So basically we did an introduction where I told you to, if you want to know a little bit more about me, you can check out my autobiography right here. Under the circumstances, the way that this is recorded, we'll hold off on our student introductions until the next class. I want to go over the syllabus for the course and the course description. Now I'm going to refer back to the blog here. So if we were to look for course materials, we're going to find the course blog right here. If we click it, it's going to open up the course syllabus. Here's my basic information about me, the credit hours that this course is, my email address, and also my cell phone number. So if we look at this, it says the course is designed for students to examine values, belief systems, and lifestyles to gain an understanding and to determine their leadership style. So in this course, basically, you're gonna be discovering your leadership style. It says students will analyze leadership styles to determine the impact they have on society. Finally, students will study leadership styles and develop a strategic plan for professional development. So in this class, you will create an IDP, which is an independent development plan. The course will emphasize Lakota values, respect, courage, humility, and generosity. And it says the Lakota language will be spoken as much as possible during class hours. So those of you who are speakers, I really encourage you to help those of us who are not speakers and teach us a little bit about the language. Okay? I'm not going to read the whole syllabus, but I'm going to try to hit on the most important things that we need to know. So those are the outcomes of the Graduate Studies program. I think it's important that we look at the graduate philosophy on mission statement. It says graduate program is committed to the belief that leaders and managers who will take the Lakota into the 21st century must have a foundation in Lakota language, spirituality, belief, values, thought, and philosophy. It says the delivery of the curriculum is guided by the principles that Lakota leaders work for, with, and among the people, rather than personal gain or material gain. And it's really interesting. I think that the most successful students that make it through our program and later graduate, they have those values, that they are out there not for themselves but for other people. And when you think about leadership in itself, those who we consider powerful leaders probably have those same qualities. I'm going to kind of go down and look at the vision of the program. And it says, it is the vision of the graduate program to foster Wo Lakota within professionals as they continue their training to become leaders and managers. Lakota leaders who will live, preserve, and continue the Lakota way of life for coming generations. And that's important. So as you do your homework, your assignments, all of that, we want to really be able to tie in the Lakota perspective. And probably we really should, since this is graduate work, that we should use citations as much as possible to reinforce those Lakota values. The program objectives, it says Oglala Lakota College's graduate program, a study are designed to expand understanding of contemporary society through a full application of Lakota culture and its world relationships. Increase knowledge in a particular area to challenge values and philosophy, to encourage independent research and implementation, to develop and refine community skills, to foster reflective thinking processes, to provide intellectual stimulation and foundation for continued study. That's very powerful, this statement here, because this is really what we need to really focus on at graduate levels. We want to encourage independent research and implementation, which means just because I may not be covering fully a particular project or topic within this course, it would be to your benefit to go out there and find scholarly work related to the subject area. And through the research part, you may want to cite and reference those scholarly works. By doing so, I have a feeling that you are really preparing yourself for a leadership position as you go out there, because you are refining your skills and you are learning more about best practices and what other people are doing as related to a specific content area. down below we're going to find the college's mission and purposes. And I'm not going to go over that, but when we as faculty and members of OLC drew this up, we felt that we needed to be inclusive of our tribe, the community, culture, and also the academics in which we deliver. And so down below that you can find some of the things that we felt were most important for us to deliver and act upon those 4 particular areas. Okay, integration of the program area graduate knowledge base. And there, I'm going to go down a little bit more and I'm going to read the course overview. It says, this course is designed to prepare students for assuming a leadership role in whatever capacity they choose. Leadership is seen as a process involving groups of people in consensus together with the person who has the final responsibility for the actions of the group or organization. Lakota leadership principles are applied in schools or other management or administrative positions and thus studied. Okay? Here are the required text that you would need for this course, and it's very important. If you haven't done these, you would want to do them right away. This book by Hughes and Guinea is an excellent book, and it's something that I would keep to use as a reference probably for future courses also. For the methods of instruction, will include seminars, discussions, and dialogue. I do a lot of multimedia. I include the internet in almost everything that I do. It includes a blog. We do working sessions. It's kind of hard at a distance to do cooperative and collaborative learning, but I play around with that and so on. We look at my teaching philosophy, you may understand where I'm coming from and helps you. So it says that students come to us with the influences of their past, the present, and their future, their way of life, their beliefs, actions, and emotions are welcomed and encouraged to be part of the learning outcomes and classroom experiences. By arranging directed outcomes for the learner and encouraging their involvement in the learning process influences their reasoning, judgment, and communication skills. Under these circumstances, the act of learning takes place and thus leads to the expansion of personal knowledge. I like a class with a lot of dialogue. There again, sometimes the distance formats that we use inhibit that, although I would really like to encourage you to communicate and ask questions and make relations to what we've done in accordance to your personal self, your personal lives, futures, and so on. So we're going to look at the course learning outcomes. So in this course, we want you to review values, belief systems, and lifestyles to formulate their leadership disposition. We'll do an awful lot of that in this course, so it's going to take a look at where you're at, where's your leadership dispositions at right now. We're going to trace the evolution of traditional and contemporary leaders, compare and contrast traditional leadership and contemporary leadership roles and responsibilities, analyze leadership styles to determine the impact on society. We're going to design a strategic planning component that supports your leadership style. And hopefully we're going to practice the Lakota values of respect, courage, humility, and generosity in the classroom between colleagues and within the research process. Finally, I encourage you to use the Lakota language in your classroom between college